Hi there, it's Jodi. I just have a quick technique to show you today. I made this card, and I think if I hold it right, you can see that there's a little bit of a glossy finish to the word congrats, and that's because I actually embossed those letters. So I just wanted to show you that little trick and how I did that. So I went ahead and did a little bit to get us started. It's a fresh freesia card base, berry burst layer, and then this is a piece from the Masterfully Made designer paper. I've shared that because it's one of my favorites. So this probably looks a little familiar to you. So that's Masterfully Made. And then I'm using the stamp set Phrases for All. And it's obviously mostly words. You've got the little hearts here. But what I did is I went ahead with the Berry Burst ink and stamped You're All Kinds of Amazing right on the designer paper. So that's stamped directly on the designer paper with the Berry Burst cardstock. But what I want to show you right now is what I'm doing to get the congrats embossed. So this is a little piece. This is like 3/4 of an inch by, what did I do? 3 1/4. And then I've got my congrats image. And what I'm going to do is take VersaMark. If you've done heat embossing, you know that the VersaMark ink is what is sticky. It's what makes the embossing powder stick to the cardstock. So I could do that with the VersaMark ink and then use like black or metallic embossing powder, but I really wanted to use the Berry Burst color. So this little trick that I am showing you, I'm going to take my congrats image and just get it good and inked up with the VersaMark ink. And then I'm going to take it with VersaMark ink on it and stamp right onto the Berry Burst ink pad and then stamp it onto my piece of cardstock. I'm going to set that over on my scrub pad to clean it, and I'll close this one quickly. Then what I do next is take this little piece and I can pour my clear embossing powder over it. I have a lot in my tray right now, so I'm just going to kind of scoop it up and shake it over it. Give it a gentle tap to get any excess off. So now I have the word congrats inked up first with the VersaMark, then with Berry Burst, and covered with clear embossing powder. So I'm going to use my heat tool and just melt this. And when you're embossing, you always want to keep a close eye on it. And as soon as it changes, you see it starting? Do you see how part of it's melted? Let me try to do it from the bottom so you can maybe see better. As soon as that melts, I just keep that heat moving. I hope that you could see it well in the light. So now I've got the congrats, but it's embossed with that clear powder. I think it's picking up okay. So it's just a fun way to do it as opposed to just stamping directly with the Berry Burst ink. I could still get that same color with the Berry Burst ink straight by itself, but it wouldn't give me the opportunity to pour the powder on there and give it that raised glossy look. Now, before I add it to the card base, what I want to do, I stamped it a little bit over to that side so that I could just take the edge, pull it toward me to tear it, just to kind of coordinate with the torn look of the designer paper. And then I will attach this with my Stampin' Dimensionals, which are somewhere on this table. Okay, they really were right here. Oh, there they are. They're hiding. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take a few dimensionals and just put them right on the back here. But before I attach it to the card, I want to do one other thing. And I've got some twine here. This is part of the Simply Elegant trim. There's silver that I'm going to use. There's also gold in the package. And I'm going to take my adhesive and just put a little bit of adhesive right here. See how it's tacky? And I'm going to set some of the trim into it. And I'm just going to randomly, I kind of just follow the way the trim naturally, see how it's curling and falling? So I just kind of follow how it naturally goes. And I just press it down into, oh my goodness, how did I even do that? I got it twisted around. That'll work. Just press it down into the adhesive, and then I'll just cut it right about there. And then, so it looks a little bit like a big old mess right now, but once I put this right over it, you'll only see what pokes out on the sides. So this I'll just set right in here. And then you've got your fun congrats card with the embossed greeting. So that's just a quick tip for you on how you can get an embossed look, even though we don't have powders in all of these colors. If you just do that quick VersaMark followed by the ink color, and I've used this for other things afterwards, and I don't find any, you know, it works just fine, even though I stamped that VersaMark on it. So there's no problem by stamping in the VersaMark and then the ink pad. So it's just a fun way to add a little bit of embossed colored greetings to your projects. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.